Consider us
Or
live.
give me like a 30. Okay. Just going to exit the screen for a second. No.
You're fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 135 of the Maritime Wilson podcast. My name is Brad Odell, and with me I have finally, well, almost, I've got...
Yeah, where's that empty chair? I just like looked up and I'm like, what?
I've got... we have Tuna. Tuna's on. He's been ages since he's been on. We have Tuna.
A couple weeks.
We've got Guardian with no audio, so he's just gonna hang out and mime things. He's gonna moderate the chat.
Like the thumbs up, the thumbs down.
Yeah,
you know.
that's what we're gonna get.
And it's that sandwiched. More than anything else.
Right, he's just gonna drink in silence. Sandwich right there in the middle, coming in via literally like remote. This man is Andrew, sometimes ATrain from Valken Sports, coming in from the top of a mountain.
I am seriously like in Bumble, Carolina, make up the county. It's, yeah.
All right. So basically the whole point of this episode is we want to talk about the new Valken Magfed Marker. Sorry, bear with me here. We're
the Black Hawk MFG, I believe.
MFG.
Is that the official name?
You got it, the Blackhawk MFG.
So
Perfect.
it's a why don't you break it down for us? Let us know what's going on with that one.
The Blackhawk platform has been such a dependable platform, and there have been some other companies that did some things with it. We've been really happy with it here at Valken. And, we wanted to get into MagFed, and I kind of have to preface that the MagFed community has been behind Valken Sports and stood with us very strongly, and we didn't take that lightly. So we decided to get into the MagFed game and release this. It's been pretty tight-lipped. We wanted to release it to the dealers at World Cup so they could get their hands on it, and it kind of became a sneak peek thing. And we released it. It's literally only been out, for just a few days.
So is it actually up for sale yet?
Capable
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I believe you can get it from your dealers.
Oh, okay, nice.
awesome.
Yep. And we didn't price it, it at a $250 price point, US, $249.95, right? And it comes with the tank in the stock.
That's at least a $50 value. I mean, you're putting it down under the sub 200 pricing, and it comes with a marker case, from what I understand as well.
It does come with a padded rifle bag, because in the milsim realm of things, it can get. We want to be safe at all times, and it's a nice way to keep your marker instead of throwing it in a box or anything. Yeah, it's semi-automatic right now, and it's $250 with the tank and the case, and looks like a nice M4. Shoots really well. Like a block, which is a real good shooter. I've had fun shooting it. I know there's going to be a lot of questions about the mags. Those are going to be sold in a 2-pack, and they're going to be not put in an $80 package, so they're going to be super affordable. I'd love to hear what
the
Guardian
mags
thinks about this.
We have to ask the chair like he's Clint Eastwood, I think.
Too soon.
Too soon. What was that, like Republican convention 4 years ago? But so yeah, question about the mags. I guess, I mean, I don't know. I'm not as big into like the history of the markers as a lot, but a couple people were saying that it looks similar to maybe some of the original MagFed markers that came out, like the 98, kind of conversions for the MK1, MK2, those kind of markers. Is it going to be similar to those original style mags that were so common for quite a while?
I tried to get a hold of the powers that be. Exactly what can I say about those? and I'm sure the YouTubers are going to just get their hands on it and explain everything. Once you see it, you'll know what's going on. They are not proprietary magazines. So there's one. It has a 13-round round ball capacity and a 12-round strike capacity.
Okay.
The feeding system does, and we're not going to put them, like I said, in an $80 package, so you cannot afford them. So they're going to be affordable, and it's $250 price point with all that you get for it. I will tell you that it's step one. We listened.
Yeah,
we listened to you guys, and we wanted you. We wanted you to know that we weren't not listening. So here's step one. Boom. Somebody wants to get into MagFed. They don't need to sell their motorcycle or refinance their house. You can get them into MagFed.
No, it's awesome. I think
it's true.
Don't tell me, man. I was just speaking to. Go ahead, Brett.
I was just saying it's sorry, I'm not sure if my mic is working properly. It's kind of a joke, but it really is expensive to get into MagFed because a lot of people look at it like, oh well, the marker's only, let's say $500. Let's go mid range. It's only $500. Well, then you need mags, right? Then you need a vest. Then you're gonna, it just sort of piles on.
And you need mag pouches, and then you need,
Right.
So it does add up. Oh wait, does Jason have a whiteboard? I hope it works.
Oh my God, does he?
You have to hold it back. He has to hold it back. Oh no, there we go. No, the focus is not good.
No, it's not working. But you need a darker marker, dude. Go. Yeah. That is a fantastic idea. So
that's genius idea.
Whiteboard on the podcast is great.
You need one of those things from Stranger Things where they put all the letters on the wall with all the bulbs on top, and then they just light up for each.
Yeah, because we got time for that. I got a question. I don't. Tony Servey has a question. He says, he's asking if the magwell will swap out, such as could he possibly use a D-mag or helix magwell on this marker?
No.
Oh, okay.
It is actually part of the construction of the marker.
Perfect. Look at that. Straight to the answer. I love that. Now, sorry. I had a question. I just totally lost it there for a second. So you said this is the first step. This is Valken's first step into dedicated MagFed.
Jeez.
Sorry, I'm just losing concentration. That's why I'm losing focus because I keep seeing him doodling on some board.
It's more like him rubbing it out that I think is the issue.
But I'm curious. Can you tell us what step 2 might be, or what step 1.5 might be?
No. I would love to. All right. Let's take it right back to the beginning and get the gloves off. You know me. I would love to tell you everything right away.
Oh. Save it for after.
Given right. So after the show, we can call up, but I have to make sure you're not going live somewhere, so I have to have 3 screens of the internet on to make
going live in some shady forum somewhere.
Given the current, right. Given the current climate of things, industry-wide, we have to be very protective of intellectual property and what can be perceived as not intellectual. Yeah, we're going to be tight-lipped. But when we ask a question, I think we asked a question, a while back. What do you guys like about pistols? What do you not?
Okay.
Right? Now, that's just an example. Not saying we're going to come out with something, but it's in the works.
That's what the market needs.
I'm not saying we're coming out with a pistol, but what do you guys want in a pistol?
I didn't say that.
No, that's what I totally understand.
All right, so here, let's say you wanted a sniper rifle, right? Okay. What do you want in a sniper rifle? And if the consensus is, well, the Acme sniper rifle, MagFed sniper rifle really gives everybody everything they want, and the things that are wrong with it, they live with, and Acme's doing a great job of, servicing them and innovating so that the sniper rifle .2 right? Or version 3 or whatever comes down the pipe. They're innovating and they're doing their R&D and they're spending their money on those things. Well, then why would we jump into that market? Same reason we get asked a lot of times on the other end of the spectrum from your guys' genre is, when are you going to come out with a high-end tournament marker? Planet Eclipse, Dye. I mean, when we go down the list, these guys are making some of the finest markers in the world. Want to just go after them on day one? No. You're doing a great job. So can't beat them, join them. You know, help them out. Yep. Help the dealer, help the player.
Absolutely.
So we listen. We know you guys have been really, same thing with First Strikes, right? We're the exclusive distributor for First Strikes. So that helps dealers get First Strikes to your field with their Valken order that they're already ordering.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I luck out the Seabreeze guys will do up orders of FSR for very nice rates for the people they like, at least. And yeah, it's great. No, and the other thing, you were saying before how you guys, Valken's been really good to the MagFed guys. And I think since I even first started, everyone associates Valken and graffiti and MagFed go together. But I got to say, my favorite recently has actually been Valken New World and Valken Field. The Valken Field that they get at Seabreeze, you could dunk it in water and it stays in shape. It doesn't dimple after being in the mag. It's cheaper than graffiti, and I honestly choose it every single time over graffiti these days. I've been very impressed with the field paint, and that's actually what I've been shooting this entire season.
Well, that is, and thank you very much. I know Guardian gave a thumbs up in there. That, how do you say thank you? How do you say thank you enough and make it mean it? You guys have asked for us to get involved, and so we're going to try step one. And then it's on you guys to grow that genre of the sport, grow MagFed. We listened on the paintballs. You guys love graffiti, so there you go. There's New World. Yeah. And excellent. New World is really, really, really good. It's designed for MagFed.
We have the option of all three, and I'm still picking Field over it all, which is really funny because I do really like New World as well, and I almost think that it's the best paint. There you go. Jason's on board. It is backwards. You're gonna have to start writing shit in mirror. But yeah, there's no other choice.
Wait, Jason, write red rum. Just do that for me.
Well, William Murray said that the New World that they used at K69 was terrible. Not sure what happened. I would love to give you the answer. I could be there. I've heard people say, well, this New World shoots like best. Thank you very much. Guardian has impeccable taste.
I'm impressed.
Give me your setup and I'll show you what's wrong. Show you if it was stored wrong. I'll show you. But when it comes from us and gets to your store, it is ready to go. In the field, I'm impressed with the field. I like our field, our reserve. Every ball does a great job. But the field is impressive, and it comes with the resealable bags too.
Yes, it does. Yeah, absolutely. That's my go-to now for sure.
Yeah. And if you have any questions, we're always here, so you can always ask us stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh, much appreciated.
So for anyone who doesn't know what this marker looks like, I'm gonna put up a picture of it. It's your standard AR style build. Nothing wrong with that, but it just gives you a picture, right? We're just gonna go run down of it. So we got FSR ready. Includes the air tank. No external hoses. Picatinny top rail so you can mount your camera, your scope, or your red dot, or whatever it is you kids use these days. Semi-auto, full metal receiver, and it comes with a gun bag, with a padded gun bag. So that's fantastic. I grabbed that picture from ansgear.com, by the way. That's why there's a big watermark over it.
Well, you know what? That's actually when I found the post, I just went on PB Nation for the first time in a really long time. And sure enough, it was from the day before, Valken drops a new MagFed marker. And when you clicked on it, there wasn't a whole lot of details, but it gave a link to the ANS page, which had the most details out of all of them. And I was really surprised because it was been out for a day already, and it hadn't hit the MagFed community yet. No one even really knew this was going on. So it was definitely a nice little soft launch by these guys here.
Yeah. Andrew, was that intentional for you guys to just sort of quietly launch it, or?
No,
Oh, okay.
absolutely not. Like, we want to give like our dealers the exclusive, and it's okay if you can't see me. It's eating up my bandwidth just to talk to you.
I was just going to say, I think
you're
we
on a
lost
mountain,
you.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm amazed you made a connection.
We didn't lose you. It's all right. I mean, I'm still here, but it's not intentional. I always wondered how the forums and things got the information first. They literally walk around with a cell phone. It's, John from TV Nation going, all right, what you got? All right, taking close pictures and leaking it. And then he runs out the door before we can tell him about it because he wants to get soft launches so that you'll keep logging back into PB Nation. Right?
Gotcha. All right. Yeah.
Gotcha. But if you've got your local YouTuber, Guardian brings down tuna and goes to Orlando, if you come to the booth and say, hey, we're Guardian and Tuna from YouTube, not a problem. You can come right back in. We'll give you your own bumper and
Beauty.
Very cool.
see it for YouTube.
No,
I know we got to get down that way. We loved our last America trip.
Where'd you go?
California.
We did California for Operation End War 8 just three weeks ago. Oh, it was insane. Yeah,
nearly killed all three of us, but it was fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my toe I still have like a tonail that is black from 3 weeks ago. Just from beating myself up. Yeah, it's not good.
I remember you were complaining about
you guys
your
should come to pull the gap.
I was like, I think I ripped the nail off, and I came just close enough to actually keep it, but just maintain the full painfulness of all of it.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was such a great.
You guys got to get to full the gap.
Yes, that was probably shared too much, but I've done platoon leader 2 out of the last 3 years, and that's at Command Decisions, and everyone tells me that Fulda is amazing, and that we gotta get out there for that one. So that's actually just happened, or is happening this weekend? Is it not?
Where I am, it's where I am right now. I actually showed up to set up the event.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm very jealous. Yeah, that field is unreal.
Yeah.
Like playing it with 70, 80 players, or I guess maybe a little closer to 100 we had for platoon leader, was just insane. Like, including the night portions, everything. I can only imagine it with 1,000 players and tanks and all that other cool shit that goes on at Fulda.
It'll be like 1,500 this year, about 1,500 people, and there's an RV that some guy dropped off his trailer up front. A few of the staff is here. It's me. So I'm with the semi, and the semi went to go get some more paint and up in New Jersey. And when I'm done here, I'll actually turn on the heaters and go outside and keep setting up Fulda so that when you all walk into the event, it's all set up for you.
That's beauty.
So. Absolutely. That's awesome. That's dedication right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, there's a paycheck at the end of it. There's a paycheck at the end of it, but I love what I do. I love doing it for you guys, and we're huge. If me not being in the position I'm in does not show that Valken loves content creators, and you miss that, you just miss life. Like, we love content creators. We love your feedback. We love when you interact and talk with us, all of it. When you share our videos and our products, or let us know what you do and don't like. Tony asked a question, I answered it right on your podcast.
Well, we love you too. You
get the best.
We really do need to make it down that way. So let's. So that's the new MagFed marker from Valken. What do you call it? The MFG was what it was.
MFG.
The MFG.
The MFG.
We're assuming that stands for MagFed gun, or
yeah, I don't know officially what it stands for. Like, I have a pretty dirty imagination.
Yeah.
Like, it's a motherfucker. Yeah, right. But everybody asked for a MagFed gun, and that was just like, make a MagFed gun. So I'm sure that's what they did. Same thing as in Paintball, we did the Whiskey Tango and Foxtrot editions.
Yeah.
We're having we're having a little fun. It's not. You have to. It's serious business. But we
right?
definitely
If you didn't have fun, you'd keel over and just die. So let's talk. How's 2017 been for Valken? Like how, it's been a good year, rough year. Are things going up? Are they stagnant? What's going on?
It's wow. That's left field question. It has been like a crazy coming back into your life. The fun times are fun as hell. And when she pops off, it's a madhouse. Yeah, it's been fantastic. Because we're not for sale, and made that very, very well established that we're not going anywhere. No matter how much that gets fought.
Wait, do people just assume that Valken's going to get bought or something? Is that?
Man, I'll tell you what. If you turn on the internet, you'll hear everything. Yeah.
That's all we need. GI owning every paint source around, and we'll all be shooting 2-star everywhere.
What if Shell owned all the oil wells in the world and all the oil mining rights? As an industry, as a player, take off my shirt and say whatever I want. It's not good. It's not good.
No,
not good.
Exactly, Guardian. So, as it's been great for us. We've grown. We've got a bunch of new dealers and a bunch of new fields. We've got our media department, I can tell you, is just cranking out amazing stuff in the paintball world as far as like event videos and videos. We took over. We've got a live show too. I was just talking to Brad about that for Valken Sports.
Yeah, let's talk about
it's on after your show.
Yeah, it's on right after ours, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep. You guys are the opening act.
Hold on, we got to give a shout out to Jake. I haven't seen Jake Cody in a little while. I see he's out there watching. What's up, Jake?
Jake?
We got John, and someone's got to send a medic out to Rick, apparently. And
what? Where did I miss that?
Rick is calling for a medic in the comments, so I don't know if that's to bring Guardian's voice back or if he needs it himself. But and Tony too. Tony, yeah, it was awesome to meet Tony out there at Operation Enmore as well.
Sorry, I missed all these comments.
I got distracted by the comments. I got distracted by them all.
Blinky lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
No, we have a live show for Valken Core, and I'd love to tell you we sat up late at night going, we really need to get into the live broadcasting game. No, it was more like on a Thursday. On a Thursday, somebody said, all right, I want a live show. And it's by somebody, I mean somebody whose name's on my paycheck. But I think we should do a live show next Tuesday at 9. And I'm thinking, okay, that we could probably do that, once every other week, once a month, something like that. And it was, no, I want it next Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday would be good. I'm like, okay. And then he said, well, what else are you going to be doing this week? I said, nothing. I have to learn how to do a damn live show. I probably should have just called you.
Ask Brad. Yeah, episode like 140 and we still struggle.
Oh my God, right?
I know.
Yeah, to make it look seamless. But now looking at your broadcast, I can kind of see what you're doing and how things are set up. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And you know me.
Booze helps. Yeah, exactly.
I like to create.
Well, Cranver Oil never heard it.
Yeah, I like to create. We're trying to get it to right where we want it to be, and we're always going to have fun with it. And I asked them what they wanted to do with the show, and they said, we don't know. Just keep it so we're not getting sued or banned or whatever from Facebook. So there's a fine line that I have to run there, which I love to live on that line. So it's tons of fun. It's crazy. Like it takes the entire day of Tuesday to set up the show.
Man, I wish I had.
We're getting better at it every time, and
I know we're so bad. It takes all I didn't even log on to get on until like 8:29. I don't think so. We're we can be pretty right. Fly by the seat of our pants, but it works. I don't know. It seems to work. We're a little late sometimes, but
well, we're having fun with it, and it's also nice to be able to, like, when we hit 200, we almost hit 200 live viewers. And Gino said, if we hit 200 live viewers, he's going to give away a VSL, like to anyone on the show, just randomly to somebody on the show. And we do that. We give away T-shirts, hats, gear, guns. Oh yeah. So it's fun, and I always like I listen to your podcast when I'm driving. I catch up with it. Sometimes I can't catch up with it live because I'm building my show, or I'm actually an hour before I go live.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
That's how it goes.
Much appreciated.
Right,
Look at that.
right.
We even got Nightmare watching right now. What's up, buddy?
Nightmare.
There he is.
No, but
Creeping in the comments.
it's neat, to get into the broadcasting thing, and it's in fact I bumped into somebody who has a show down in World Cup, and somebody took a picture and said, "Ooh, paying homage to the new guy." I'm like, ouch. So yeah, we have a live show Tuesdays at 9:00 Eastern, just after your show.
Sweet.
It's live, which means it always could be my last day at Valken Sports.
Yeah, luckily we don't have to play by those rules.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Brad's the only one who can fire me at this point, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've
That
ever had
new corporate muzzle feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if we had to play by corporate rules, I don't think this podcast would have made it past. Actually, I know exactly what episode we would have been fired at. It would have been when we went into very detailed porn websites with Wolf. That was an episode that was definitely
episode
18 and over. That was hilarious. We need to have another. We need to have like a maritime milsim.
That started with the discussion about the girls at Living Legends, and then spiraled, didn't it? Wasn't that?
It just went downhill, just gone.
Yeah, or uphill.
Yeah,
depending on your perspective.
Depending on which side you're on. Yeah, it went downhill or uphill. That might be something though. I should look into that. We should do a maritime milsim after dark, and just.
Oh my god!
But not do it.
You have to type in your age to verify you're old enough before you start the show.
Right? Maybe I could probably stream to porn.
I'll tell you what, I got a pretty big budget for my show. Like I have a huge budget for my show, so maybe we'll have you do yours, and then I'll do the Valken Core one, and then we'll have a collective. I'll host it.
Okay.
You guys can suck up our bandwidth.
There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yes.
I'll do
World.
that 'cause, I don't know where my wallet went. Otherwise, I'd show you our budget.
There's a couple of butterflies flying out of his wallet. Yeah.
Right. I think I've
What do you mean?
I had to buy
you
this
guys are
microphone by
here.
myself, ATrain, by myself, out of my own pocket.
I just expensed all my gasoline. You guys bought me a bunch of beer.
There we go. I have $1 That's our budget.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is like a fortune up here, so don't
It
feel
really
bad.
is.
Yeah.
No, that's why I'm holding on to it. That's my.
You know who's
emergency money.
coming? We've got, I think, D Block's coming this year.
Yeah, I think I met him at Platoon Leader one of those times.
The Callista
Yep.
from California is coming out to full. She messaged and said, "I'm on my way." She goes, "I'm so excited." I said, "It's really cold." She goes, "Crap." But
Man,
no,
California was cold.
We're gonna have a
Yeah, we were surprised with California. We got off the plane in San Francisco and it was like cold outside, and the nights out at even in it's the desert, so hot during the day, cold at night. But yeah, it was. We fared well though. It could have been a hell of a lot hotter, and we could have died out there in that desert, like straight up.
True.
Brad, you were wearing like SPF 100 and still were burning on like an hourly basis.
I was coated in dust and still burning. Like I was.
Yeah, we had to like rotate you like a chicken. Yeah.
Thanks.
No, up in Northern California, it gets cold, but Southern California it doesn't. So there's a lot of MagFed players. In fact, I think there's a MagFed only night here.
Nice.
It's like a big part of the game. So we actually distribute the first strikes right out of we keep them temperature controlled and humidity controlled. Oh yeah.
Even the first strikes, really, in my experience, those things have been like indestructible. Like, we play in the winter with them. Your mag falls in snow, they get wet. But I appreciate the extra effort, but that was just my curiosity, actually, if they needed to be quality controlled or temperature.
I also say that they're dolphin safe, gluten free, non-GMO. But It's just easier to keep them with the paintball.
Yeah, of
It
course.
just
Yeah,
sounds
yeah,
good.
exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. So the mag, with the wrap up to where we're at now, the MagFed marker, absolutely $250 US is what it is. It's got the tank, it's included, it's first strike ready out of the box. The mags are coming in 2 packs. They're going to be affordable. The marker's affordable. It is our first step into MagFed. We listen to you. I'm sure it's going to get ripped apart. Well, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? Don't worry about it. We're listening. Now we want to see what you want, right? And let people try it. Let me go get it at your store. Call me up. We'll help you get one. You know, like it is what it is. It's going to revolutionize MagFed tomorrow? No.
Yeah. Guardian wants to know
Jason
where
has a
in
question
Canada.
for you.
So who's the distributor? Like
Where in Canada?
Yeah. What's the best place?
I guess probably anywhere Valken distributes, or
Badlands?
Yeah. Well, any Valken retailer, or the Valken.com, you can get.
I'm gonna look at that.
See who's in America. If your field has Valken paint, where do you get your Valken paintballs? Go there.
from our field, basically. Yeah. I mean, we don't really.
We don't have a
It's
store
not
in the
common out
Maritimes.
here on the East Coast. Yeah, we don't actually have a single store out here in the Maritime. So you pretty much just buy your paint from the field. But I'm guessing, so we're looking at kind of Badlands and maybe Ripple. Do you guys work with Ripple Industries or?
Yeah.
Seabreeze?
Whoever if your field can have an MFG, a Valken MFG Blackhawk, right on top of their paint. They don't even pay shipping. That's included in their paint shipping. Yeah.
Gotcha. That's not a bad deal because the guys at
How do you run?
Seabreeze, oh, go ahead.
No, somebody just asked, how do you run the air in the new Valken MFG marker? Right over the fill station. You don't even take your tank off. It's right in the tank. Or right in the stock.
Perfect.
Same as basically all the others, tank screws in the back, in the stock, same as you'd expect from anything else, I'm assuming?
Yeah, like a T15 or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Callista's in saying hi. I'm not getting these
Callista,
comments on
what's
time,
up?
guys, so if anyone's
Right,
asking
Callista's
questions,
here.
I'm kind of like, I'm half-assed following along on my phone, but I always want to interrupt and be like, hey, Callista, but everyone's talking, so it's like you don't want to be too rude. Because I saw Matt Y, another MSOB Minuteman representing there, popping up in the comments as well, so nice to see you there, buddy.
The comments aren't flowing properly for me. I think I'm going to have to...
Oh, he says it's Jonathan Worrell asked no internally, so not how you fill up the gun at the air station, but how do you run the air in the new Valken line in the marker. So I think it was part of one of the advertisements says that there's no external air hose, which I think was something that was pretty common on the MK3s or 2s that were out beforehand. So I think that's kind of what he's getting at there.
Again, I'll have to check the disclosure on that because we have to put out the tech video.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's another one of those things that I do among the other. See, they started this new thing at Valken where if you do your job really well, they give you another job to do.
I think I saw a meme about that.
That's my job. That's what happens to me. I know what that feels like. It's great.
Right.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I have 12 jobs. So we're going to make it, it'll all be explained in the tech, and you'll go, okay, that's pretty cool. And then, of course, you can, well, how does it work? Just shoot the thing. Shoot it. That's cool because we make paintballs and first strikes. So we distribute first strikes and make paintballs. So there's a lot of those around.
You win no matter what.
For testing purposes only, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys, when it's bring a friend to work day,
Absolutely. You think Valken will fly me down? I'll come down. I promise I'll pack my own lunch and everything. Yeah. You don't have to feed me or nothing. I'll bring food. Awesome. I want to swallowed my tongue there for a second. I've been doing that a lot today. I think my blood sugars are low. I want to take 2 seconds because we need to do our standard shout out to those who help make the show possible. So,
yes, our boys over at Ripple Industries.
Can you use?
Actually, too.
No. Start over. You got to like use your announcer voice.
Oh, I don't really have an answer
Like
voice.
Tears
But...
on the Armament.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Hold on. Okay, I got this.
Hi, Steve. Oh,
All right, get it.
All right. Hold on. All right, we're gonna try this again. Tier 1 Armament, Canadian distributor from MaxTac, Karmatech, MCS, Tier1Armament.com.
Yes.
They need a tagline. Like, I actually don't.
You know what? I think they do have one, and I don't know what it is.
That's awful.
And
awful.
Ripple
How much money
Industries.
they pay us?
Tactical gear, equipment, and paintball. Ripple Industries. He is a dealer here in Canada. If you are in Canada and you're looking for anything tactical, from chest rigs, markers, mags, hats, boots, pants, anything, the guy's got it. And if he doesn't have it, usually he can find it. So he's fantastic. You've probably seen Tom around taking pictures. If you're like anywhere at a Magfed game in Ontario, Quebec, he's usually there. Hell, he sometimes shows up. He
all
shows
over
up in
the
Nova
place
Scotia.
lately.
So
yeah, his Facebook feed, he travels more than me, and my wife's a flight attendant.
He needs tactical gear.
Yeah, he's a great guy, though, and if you ever
dude.
see him, please steal his drone and give it to me because I want it really badly. He's got an awesome DJI Mavic Pro, and it is sick. And he takes some awesome footage with it, and I really won't.
It's all right. So Tony says Tony says we need the trailer voice. You know what? I bet you I could find somebody on Fiverr who would actually do like the impression of the. Whoop! I just ate my mic.
I bet you could. You know who's really good at that, and I feel like would have a really good voice would be Ashley, Hidden Hedgehog. His impressions that he does of people are so spot on. I bet he could do an amazing announcer voice. Wouldn't doubt that for a second. I bet he's got a great announcer voice. His impression of David Justin made me laugh so hard. Of Reaper, that was hilarious. That was great.
Yeah,
and Nightmare too. He gave a good one.
The Nightmare one was fantastic.
That was really good. Yeah.
The Nightmare one blew me away. That was hilarious. So Kevin Money finally shows up.
There we go. And we got Callista saying she misses us. Yeah, that's right. Beast Coast.
Yeah, that's right.
Or no, Battle Force Set. Whoops, I read that wrong. That is also very cool. Probably better than the East Coast.
Wait, Beast Coast? Beast Coast. That's team name.
Yeah, no, that's common. That's Dominion right there. Dominion is fierce. I really want to go back to Dominion this year just for like the rivalry that is between the two teams. It's like the only event that I've been to where there is like serious hate and rivalry between the two teams leading up to the event. It's hilarious. I love it.
Everyone else games seems to have a paradigm. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
If there's a really good matchup, it's a reason to get in your car or a plane or a boat and get there.
Oh, I missed
New name for MSOB. That's funny.
New name for
wait,
Beast Coast.
Beast Coast. There we go. Yeah,
I like
exactly.
that. We should rock that. Absolutely.
Instead of the Maritime, will just be the Beast Coast Milson podcast. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, avocados and donuts. To Tony Servi knows what's up. That was hilarious. I actually spent a ridiculously long time trying to edit up a video to like have everyone holding like avocados, but it just took me way too long and I didn't have time to finish it. But if I do make it to Dominion 3, I've got a nice chirping video from the donuts to the avocados that I got to put up. So it's do you guys ever see all the Canadians will know this Letterkenny? I took one of the clips from Letterkenny and edited it over to fit for basically making fun of avocados from the donut side, and it was pretty gold. I gotta resurrect it for D3, I guess.
Yeah. Send me that clip. We'll play it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So are you guys in touch with the airsoft world at all?
Very little. Almost non-existent.
Personally, not at all. Yeah, the only person I really know in the airsoft community is Nate, and I think he kind of bridges the gap between.
I'm not talking about celebrities or e-celebs or anything. I'm just talking to you if you guys seen it, touched it, or whatever.
I've played it a bit.
I have not actually.
Yeah. We released a Tiberius T15 lower. It's like the lower, but we had to do a bunch of mods and make tighter specs. A version of that for airsoft that shoots airsoft BBs. It's ridiculously cool.
That's
not one wire, not one battery. Yeah, and there's nothing like it in airsoft. It's like the weirdest thing. So with that, again, this isn't going down. I'm not going to take your show down crash into this rabbit hole. But we're trying different things. You know what I mean? We're trying different technologies and different ways of making the mousetrap and throwing some things out there to see what you guys say and what comes back.
Awesome.
And
well,
those
that's the spice of life, right? That's got to try all the different stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And then once we're into it, we'll be able to see it, and we'll get the culture a little bit more. Like, we're in there. But we'd like to be more in, so. Because we love you guys.
And we love you,
It wouldn't
too.
surprise me to see more of the paintball companies transferring over and making, HPA versions of their markers for airsoft. Unfortunately, in a lot of places, the airsoft market is a lot bigger than paintball. And it would not surprise me at all to see, Tiberius, anybody, Milsig, everybody put something like that out. And,
Tittman right? So.
Yeah, Tittman, actually, I didn't realize that.
Tittman actually has, Tittman has an M4 airsoft and an M4 style 22.
Nice, yeah. What I like is the rumors that I've been hearing is that they will probably still run off HPA. Mm-hmm. And so that way the system doesn't actually even change that much. So that'll be kind of neat if it does happen. Like I said, I've never played. I don't really plan to, but anything that helps these, the companies that we know and love get a little bigger means, economies of scale, the prices go down, things get cheaper for everybody, right? So, I probably won't use them. It does benefit us, I think, in the long run.
It does benefit you when we're innovating in other ways, down to even the size of the mag pouches and where things go and where you want them to fit and how we market, all that stuff. That definitely, like I said, I didn't want to take it down a rabbit hole, but if you're watching the details, we're innovating stuff that you probably see in paintball. Like really, really cool stuff.
So I got a question, and this is going to take us maybe down a little bit of another rabbit hole here, but it kind of stems from Operation End War as well. And so we were talking last time about how there are Enola Gays come out now with paint grenades and the airsoft, I guess, BB grenades. And I was chatting with a couple of people at Seabreeze this week to see, what their thoughts were about it, a place that's strictly paintball. And it was, would the BB grenades, which kind of have a little bit more range, and would someone still call a hit from those? And I know personally, I think if someone spent the money on a grenade and they land it next to you and it goes off and the BB hits you, like, I'm more than happy to call that a hit. But I'm wondering what you guys think, because it doesn't leave a mark on you. Does you guys think that that's something that would work well, or are we stuck with the paint grenade version, which works, but probably has a 3-foot range versus maybe a 10 or 15-foot range for the BB grenade?
I think I would say you're going to get it almost. I would say it's almost going to split right down the middle of the community. You're going to have half the community who's going to get hit with a BB in a paintball game, and they're going to say, "Nope, no mark, I'm still in." And then you're going to have the other half who are going to say, yeah, I got hit.
Nice
That's
toss.
A grenade.
Yeah.
I'm out. Good toss. And then
because to me, the BBs kind of seem like a better version of shrapnel to me anyhow. And if you kind of got hit with one, you would realize it like it's a small piece. It's a fragment. Yeah, okay, not every piece can have the paint on it. And I guess one of the compromises is one of the things I've been looking at is they have those new, like, those burst grenades that fill off like the green gas or propane, and they throw them and they explode, and they have the sound version, but they also have a BB version. And, refillable, all that sort of stuff. And I was trying to decide, I want to pick one up, and I wasn't sure whether I should get the sound version or the BB version. And I think if I get the BB version, am I just wasting my time? But I was on Badlands, and they actually have marking BBs, they call them.
Yes, I was going to say,
I don't know
Airsoft,
anything about them.
They do use marking. They're tiny little, basically it's like a tiny little paint pellet.
Well, that's because I've heard of 6mm paintballs before, 6mm, whatever they are, paintballs,
yep.
And which are the same size as a BB, but I wasn't sure if that was the same thing as what I'm seeing here being sold along Badlands. So that's kind of my question, maybe give it out to the audience here. Would you call a hit from a paint grenade, like a BB grenade, even if it marked you, or maybe even if it didn't? Like, I would certainly like to think you would, but, big game scenario, some people don't like to call their hits and walk the mile back to respawn or whatever it is. I was kind of hoping the marking BBs would split the difference, but it is hard to say.
Yeah, because technically most fields run on the hit has to be larger than a quarter.
Yeah, very true.
Right. So I think what's going to end up happening is you're gonna get the players, like I said, who are going to get hit. And they're going to say, "Well, I'm hit, I'm out." But then you're going to get the other half who are going to be like, "Nope, I'm not coming off this field unless you drag me by my hair." You know.
Right.
So I think,
which sucks because I think those paintball BB grenades are a little bit smaller, a little bit nicer. They might even be a little bit cheaper, and than the paint grenades. And I love the idea of, like, I mean, it's Milsim. Come on, we should be embracing the idea of grenades for eliminations, not just sound distraction. And I think it would be nice to see maybe Valken could come out with a nice 6 mil, paint at some point. That I mean, I've heard
You
it
don't
shit
want it.
all around. Yeah.
You don't want.
Have you guys
a 6
experimented with it in the
paintball.
past? Well, and I see, looks like Tony down here saying, or Jonathan actually saying that they, it works well in the MK2 shotguns for a decent spread, the small paint, but like the Cyclone grenade advertises that it shoots basically each of the 140 little BBs at about 220 feet per second. So if you've got a paint like a 6 mil paintball, 220 feet per second should be enough to cause a break, I would hope, but I guess I've never used it myself.
The trick, all right, so you've got to have the same thickness as a paintball, right? But then you transform the size down to 6 millimeters.
It's all shell.
It's going to be mostly, exactly. So you're not going to have the energy disperse when it breaks. That's why 50 cal doesn't break as well. You have to make a thinner shell or lower the velocity. They do make a 6 millimeter paint marking BB. Sucks.
Okay, because that was like my compromise.
Put it live to the world or anything, but it sucks. So, I would call them a hit, but have you guys have seen our Thunder V's or no?
Oh,
yeah, I've been using the Thunder V's recently, and the hard part for me is for travel, is trying to pack 12 shells into my case and carry them out back, and get it past airport security. Although I have done that, I have flown with my Thunder V's before. I brought a 12 packet still in the box and 2 cores. Separated the cores, put them in different parts, pulled the pin out of them so they weren't like as noticeable as like what they were. Of course, no 12 grams or anything with me, and flew there. And no, Gingy brought the shells back from Honey Badger for me, but I did fly out there with my Thunder V's, no issues, no problem whatsoever. So that was pretty sweet.
1/3. Here's the recipe: 1/3 baby powder.
Okay. So what's your trick? As well? Because I got the dumbbell ones, and they're somewhat inconsistent for blowing up when you throw them. And so I heard the trick to throw a dime in the bottom, and that worked a little better for me to get a better puncture. But at the same time, sometimes I get no explosion at all. So that's been my
So we just put up a video on here. I'll just put it in the chat room. So on YouTube, you guys can find it or whatever, or I'll put the link up. But we put on actually how to arm them. They go off every time.
Okay.
So on our ad-free YouTube, it is literally how to properly arm it. And I've been arming them wrong until I was like, oh, crap.
Because I got my knuckles wrapped one time because at Honey Badger I threw one and it didn't explode, and I kicked it a bunch of times and tried to make it blow up and it wouldn't. So I brought it back to the staging area thinking, you know what, the air must have just escaped. And when I opened it up, the CO2 cartridge fucking rocketed out of that thing right through the staging area, almost hit somebody. And I got the dirtiest looks from everybody. And I was like, I swear, I thought this one blew up already.
And I couldn't contain myself from laughing.
They chucked it back to me. It was funny, but it scared the shit out of me. That thing rocketed out of there. So I was a little hesitant after that, but it was pretty cool.
If you do it right, they go off every time. They're awesome.
Yeah, I gotta watch that video.
If you fill them with glitter, the effect is amazing. It's really amazing. But you're that asshole that just doused the guy with glitter and it ain't coming off.
Don't care.
That actually is really good. I like that idea. That's
do it.
better than
Let's do
baby
it.
powder because no one can deny the glitter hit. They'll be wearing that shit for
Nobody
weeks.
can deny the glitter hit for like a week. It's because glitter sticks to everything.
Their wife will think they've been down at the strip club yet.
Oh,
And just in
that'd be
case
awesome.
anyone from my work is watching, I don't know how I know that and why there's glitter.
Everywhere.
What do you mean? I don't know how glitter got on the ceiling. Why
The
would I know that?
R&D
Like,
lab
it's-
got covered in
Yeah,
glitter. Yeah.
like, so imagine if those were acceptable. Okay, so imagine if you will, you work in a place where that's acceptable behavior. To walk past somebody's door and go, "Hey, Guardian, does that smell like cinnamon?" What? Whoop! Damn it! You know.
Nice.
Filling it with cinnamon. Now,
I
that's
just-
another idea right
Yeah. No, I mean,
there.
baby
Cinnamon-
powder, you can do like vanilla coffee creamer or whatever, and be like, "Yeah, you're out."
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I need thunder bees. I need cinnamon. I need nutmeg, and I'm just gonna be like, it's beginning to smell a lot like Christmas. And like throw it in somebody's room, just
Yeah.
slam the door.
Do some pumpkin
Boom!
spice, make it themed. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I always thought they were
fantastic.
kind of quirky, but like the shells take up a lot of space just because it's dead space. They will rupture every time. So I put the link in the chat. You can just go watch
All right,
that.
I gotta check that one out. Yeah, because I still have about 6-7 shells left, and I've got 2 cores, so I want to buy more. But yeah, absolutely.
Time to
I've
go
had
get
that. My
educated.
experience was a little hit and miss. So
I mean, you can put BBs in them, but since the core only explodes on the seam
yeah,
or out of the sidewall, you're only going to get ejection of a couple, some directions. The cyclones are nice. If a grenade goes near you, it's done. Now, again, if you guys are watching World Cup, and you'll see a little bit more of it coming out, we just released our new grenades for paintball.
oh, damn, have not seen those.
Yeah, you'll see them because Gino was throwing them at me.
And will they
Awesome.
be available
They
in
were.
Canada? Because I know that's the holdup right now on at least the Enola ones, are that they're not available in Canada yet.
They'll work.
Yeah, we've
They're
got
available.
some.
They'll
That's
be
cool.
available for your Canadians, and it's a paint grenade. It's a paint grenade that goes off. You can't roll it at somebody. You got to kind of arc it. It'll go off.
Sick. All right. Well, I'm intrigued because it's one of the things I think we're missing. Like, I love using Thunder V's or other sound devices over at PRZ, but they don't count for eliminations, and you put a lot of work and sometimes a lot of money into those. So it's nice to actually have a way to eliminate players with a grenade. Inside the buildings, inside out. Like, I think it's something Milsim needs, is a real proper paint grenade. I think it's one of those things Airsoft has had over paintball or MagFed paintball for quite a little while.
Yep, 100%.
Well, for room clearing, everybody says, "Well, I'm going to stack up and clear this room." That's not what they do in the military. They toss in a flashbang or a grenade, and they go,
Just
"Okay,
something,
room's
yeah.
clear."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I
why
mean,
risk
You don't.
there
Right.
has to be a little bit. In Airsoft, I think some places have like a rule, like if it's within 10 feet of you, you're dead, but unless you're under hard cover, so you have to kind of use your imagination a little bit.
That's getting
As
complicated.
long
I
as-
played with games. Operation End War had a bit of that, and Platoon Leader had that as well. Different grenades, different things had different kill radiuses, and
How did it work?
Platoon Leader actually worked quite well because it was very well regulated in that, kills didn't happen all the time. So it was something where people took it a little seriously. Operation where I had a couple times where I chucked a grenade into a room and it blew up and no one walked out and I was a little disappointed, but it was one of the paint grenade ones. So I don't, maybe no one got hit on it, anything can happen. Right. But yeah, like I definitely checked one into a room, and then people afterwards were like, yeah, I was like in the room when it went off, and I was like, well, did you get out? And they were like, no. I was like, well, there goes $10, but what can you do?
Yeah. So I wouldn't use them unless it's a place where they count,
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah, absolutely. Gentlemen, we're basically rounding the bend here. We're reaching the 1 hour mark now. Andrew, thank you for coming on and hanging out, and
Oh, anytime.
coming
Yeah, we love
from,
having
the, from the mountaintop, and teaching us the glorious idea of putting glitter into Thunder Bees. That's
You're
gonna
welcome.
happen now. That's
You're welcome. If you do not want to sleep on your own couch, don't launch them in your house.
Yeah.
because the wife will make you. Yeah, you'll be
Tempted.
cleaning.
I had a
Tempted.
smoke grenade issue once. It was not good.
And last thing, I just want to shout you guys out for continuing the show, and you guys are almost to 150 episodes, and it's freaking awesome. Being on episode 15 myself, it's like a total benchmark. So make sure you pat yourself on the back. And we will not be doing Valken Core live tonight.
Right. We ran a little late, and yeah.
Folks, no.
No, it's because he's on a friggin' mountain.
Tuesday, folks. Maritime Milsims. No, we don't have the bandwidth, and it also is giving us more time. We're having 2 major events go on, and World Cup and product releases and a lot of things. We really need to prepare a good show for everybody for next week. So
yeah, well, I'll be looking forward to next week's show. And again, thanks for coming on and chatting with us about the new Magfed marker, about the MFG, giving us ideas of putting glitter and baby powder into grenades is fantastic.
Jason shares his love.
Right.
Yes.
And, so yeah, for everyone who's been hanging out, typing in the comments there, I know Jonathan, Tony, Callista. There's been like a dozen of you that are pretty active in the comments. You know, Kevin finally showed up.
Look at that. We even got Gingy showed up here right at the very end too, just in time.
And
up Gingy.
So thanks guys for your support, for comments, likes, and emotions, and the little emoticons things that happen there. That's pretty much it. So again, thanks everyone for hanging out, and for everyone who's downloaded or streamed this and listened to it on SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, or any other damn app that we're somehow streaming to. We appreciate that as well. So until next...
you're on Spotify?
We're on Spotify.
We're on like them all, aren't we? Actually, I don't know. I really know nothing about this podcast except it happens on 8:30s and I show.
Except you have the time you don't show up on time.
That's very true. Today I showed up right on time, 8:29. That was perfect.
Yeah, we're streaming to. As far as I know, we're streaming to every large, like major podcast application. If we've missed one, if we're not
decent
on
number
of
downloads afterwards too. I was impressed. I was.
If we're not on one that you want us to be on, let me know because I can make that happen. It's very easy.
Cool.
That's it.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. I'm like, wait, Dave, you're on Spotify? Kick ass.
Yeah, we're on Spotify. It's awesome. That's it, everyone. And keep an eye on the page because I think there's going to be a little bit of podcast news popping up in the coming days. If not, it'll all be announced next week. So keep an eye out for that. And until next week, everyone, cheers.